Hello, everybody. Just want to say welcome to the spring 2021 semester. And this is Jeff Brignac, your instructor this semester. Of course, you could just call me Jeff. I think I mentioned that in the course information document. Hope you've read that. But if you haven't, I'll say a little bit about it right now. But what I'm doing at the moment is I want to make a video about how to use Blackboard and where to find everything that you need, and also show you a little bit about Mymathlab. Okay, so before I get away from this whiteboard here, this is where I can help you out if you ever need help. So if you were stuck on something and you wanted tutoring or to schedule office hours, whatever you want to call it, this whiteboard and this basic interface that you're seeing right now is where I can help you out. All right, so if you needed to do some math, it's pretty easy for me to write things down. I can talk to you, I can draw shapes, I can write down equations, and really it's just like we were meeting in person, I think. All right, so it's a pretty good format. I like it, and if you need help, you know, just ask me and we can set something like this up and I can show you just about everything that I need to. All right. Okay, so I hope you ask for help if you need it. This is basically what you're going to see and what it's going to be like if that happens. Please take advantage of it. But let me show you about Blackboard. So at this point, I'm going to share my screen and it's going to look a little bit strange for a second. All right. So you should see right now Blackboard, okay? This is what it looks like when I log into Blackboard, and it would look similar when you log into Blackboard too. But say that, you know, you're wanting to work on our class, algebra, then among your course list, you would select algebra, all right? And it's gonna look something like this. And I guess there's just really a few places that I need to make sure you know about. The first one is course information, okay? I wanted to have one spot that had everything that I needed you to know, okay? So you don't have to look in a bunch of different places. I think you can find everything right here in this thing called course information. That's why it says start here, triple exclamation point. But so, you know, you'll open that up, and if you've read this already, that's great. If you haven't, then please do that before you do anything else. And it has, like I said, just about everything I want to tell you. Maybe most importantly, just day in, day out through the semester, it has the calendar in it. Okay, so we see that Thursday the 21st, there's a quiz over this very document that we're looking at right now. You'll read this, then you take the quiz. There's more explained here if you read it. Wednesday the 27th, Mymathlab 1 and 1.1. All right, so here's every single graded assignment throughout the semester. It's all right here. It's all in one place, okay? There's other things about the assignments and so on in the document, but, you know, just I'll refer you to this. I'm not going to read it to you. Just read it at your own pace. Ask me any questions or mention any concerns that you have. Anyway, all right, so back to Blackboard. So there's course information and then announcements, all right? So I'll post updates and so on throughout the semester here. I've already posted information about how to enroll in Mymathlab. Then I'm having a little web conference tomorrow that we can talk in person if you want to. It's open for anybody to join. And then maybe most important, links to the videos, okay? So remember when we saw on this calendar that Mymathlab assignments 1 and 1.1 are due on the 27th. Well, here are some videos that I've made that will help you through those assignments, okay? Some of them are very direct, relating to questions that you'll find on the assignments. Some of the videos are review in case you see some things that you're not so familiar with, okay? But I like to add to this list, so as you're going through these assignments and consulting the videos for instruction and help, if you have any ideas for new videos, then I'll make them, I'll add them to this list right here, and then people this semester and people in the future could benefit from them. So if you have any ideas on new videos, let me know. All right. What else? There's you can ask me for help. I've already told you about that. You can also go to this tutoring at TCC. So it's fairly easy to follow the instructions once you click this, but if you click this, there will be some information about online tutoring that the tutors that work for TCC can offer you. So you can ask me for help. If you'd like to try this out, then please try that out, okay? But at the very least, you should know about it. Now, there's lots of other stuff in in Blackboard. I don't really think you have to worry about the rest of it, okay? Things may come up later on that you want to ask me about, and that's fine. But for now, I've gotten to show you the course information and the announcements, and I think that's probably everything that you'll need for the moment. Now, let's go look at Mymathlab, all right? When you log into Mymathlab, it will look something like this, okay? And let's say that we looked at the course information document and we saw the calendar and we want to start working on the assignments, assignments 1 and 1.1. So those are homework assignments. We also have quizzes and tests, all right? So everything that I think you're going to need either comes under homework or quizzes and tests, all right? Now this is what it looks like for me. I'll have to show you like this. Let me see. Yeah, all right, so now I got the way I want. Now when you look at it, you'll just see a list of the assignments, okay? So I got assignment 1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. So those are the first two right there. Mymathlab assignment 1 and 1.1, that was these, okay? So you can start working on those, and you could look at the videos too, all right? And then 1.2, 1.3, and the due dates are listed here, and they're the same as what you saw on that calendar, all right? When it comes time for the first quiz, quiz number 1 and test number 1, well, then you can find that under quizzes and tests. Okay, so already I have quiz number 1 up here. I don't have test number 1 yet because we're really not there yet. But that's where everything is, homework and quizzes and tests. There's other places you can look. There's a textbook, you can look at that if you want to. There's, skills for success, tools for success. There's lots of other things you can explore. There's more than I can really talk about, and not all of it benefits everybody. So I just thought for now I would tell you where you're going to get your grades, homework and quizzes and tests. Now, let's say that we're doing a homework assignment. So I click here, Mymathlab assignment number 1, and then I can start with the first question like that. And then this is what you'll see. Everybody gets slightly different numbers, and if you attempt the question multiple times, the numbers might change, but it's the same concept, okay? So if I'm doing this, then what I would do is I would work this out on paper, and then I would put my answer in, and that might take a little bit of getting used to, all right? For sure, it's going to take some practice, and if you've never used Mymathlab, just because it's new to you, it might look unfamiliar, okay? So let's say that I work this problem out and I work it on paper and I get that 2's the answer. So I could type my answer in here. There might be some instructions below where you put the answer. It says use a comma to separate answers as needed. Well, if I got more than one answer when I worked it, some equations have 2, 3, 4, or unlimited answers, then I would separate them by a comma just like it says. So just follow the instructions here, okay? What does it mean when it says simplify your answer? What if you thought 4 divided by 2 was an answer? Well, what is 4 divided by 2? Why would you type 4 divided by 2? 4 divided by 2 is just 2, right? So that's what it means by simplify. But let's say that I worked it out and I got 2. I would type it in and I would do check answer and I got it right, okay? I could do next question if I wanted to and go through the assignment and get all the problems right. Or I could say I got this one right, but I felt like I didn't fully understand it and I wanted to practice it again to build my confidence up. Then I could do similar question and I get a similar question, something that has different numbers. It has the Same basic procedure and concept though, okay? So say I work this one out and I think the answer is 1 or something like that, okay? And I check it and it tells me I didn't get it right. All right, so it may give me some very brief instructions on what to do. You're probably not going to learn how to do things just from this, but we'll click OK and we can try it again if we want to, and we can keep checking the answer. Now, say we get really confused. Well, all right, you already said you could ask me for help, right? That's an option. There's other tutoring resources available. I mentioned that already. But there's this here, question help, all right? So there, I can do this thing called probably either help me solve this or view an example. If I do view an example, then it's gonna tell me what the first step is and so on. And I'll read this and I'll click continue to make sure that I get it. And then it's gonna show me a few of the steps and give a real brief explanation of it. And if I'm okay with that, I'll click continue and so on. And it's gonna walk me through it. So I could do that. And this might be all you need, really. I guess it just depends on how easy you pick up on things. So if this works for you, great. If you need to ask me for help, then we can do that too. If say like this is just way over your head, you're just not ready for it, and you need to review something, you might say, I don't understand how the 3x went from here to over here. I have no clue. Well, that would be under the umbrella of reviewing, all right? Reviewing could be lots of things. If this is just like way over your head, then we should probably address some simpler things. I can make the videos, I can tutor, whatever you want, okay? You just have to ask me. All that I ask you is to not wait till the last minute. Don't wait till the day the test is due to tell me that you don't understand anything, because it might be too late then, all right? Okay, so let's see. But you might play around with the rest of this, okay? If you do ask me, my instructor, then it will send me a copy of the problem that you're working on. That way you don't have to explain that this is what I was trying to do. This is what the question looked like, because it might be hard to explain all that, all right? But that's up to you, right? Use these as you see fit, and I just encourage you to explore them as you start doing the assignment. Anyway, so say that we were doing this one and we don't have time to finish, then we can save it. And of course, like if we haven't gotten all the way through it, we'll just do that, and then we'll come back and work on it later, all right? So if we go back to homework, and then we say we wanted to pick this up again, and yeah, we did that first question, but we had gotten it wrong on our second attempt, so we're gonna have to redo it until we can reliably get it correct, okay? All right, so anyway, so that's where the homework assignments are. More is explained about those in the course information. And then when it comes time for the quiz, you'll do the quiz, but more is explained about that in the course information also. Okay, so that's what Blackboard looks like. That's what Mymathlab looks like. I could spend a lot more time talking about it if needed, but I think that that's probably enough to get you started, okay? Here's the whiteboard again, right? This is where the tutoring happens. If you need any help, then it's gonna look like that, right? Probably not that simple, but you get the idea, okay? All right, so at this time, go ahead, start looking around Blackboard, start trying to do the assignments on Mymathlab, and I hope to hear from you if you need any help.